Hello and welcome to the Forgotten Golfer. Today we're going to do something a little different because I've had people ask me about my clubs. Today we're going to go through my bag and show you what I got. The first thing I would like to say right off the bat is I love these clubs. These aren't new clubs except for maybe this Titleist wedge. But it doesn't matter what you use as long as you love your clubs and you're getting the shot reactions that you want off the club, the ball going how you want it to go. And that's what happened with these. I picked these up not too long ago, even though these are 2004 clubs. These are the Ping V2 Raptures. Let me get in on that. The clubs themselves, I put 1.5 inches on the club because to help me with my back. I found that if the clubs were too short, my back would stiffen up, so I got something I could stand a little taller. To offset the length, I went to the flattest lie that Ping makes. It's the yellow. I got yellow dots. I bought these used, very good price, probably $500 for the set. I only go to a 6-iron. I got the gap wedge through 6-iron in these clubs, and then the other wedge is your Titleist BV 56 with a 10-degree bounce on it, which I use for everything else, including sand traps. The reason I use a 56 in the traps is because, unfortunately, here in the Northeast, and I play good courses, public courses, but the traps are awful. They're not keeping them up. I don't know what it is. If since COVID, they can't find a crew, they can't find help. But they're like snake pits. You know, we have a rule, the guys that I play with. If you go into the trap and you're in a footprint or a gully where nobody raked, you can move your ball instead of taking an unplayable lie. It's just awful. I mean, it got to the point where, you know, some of the traps we play out of, we might as well be playing like it's a dirt road instead of a trap, you know, which is just a shame because I'm a pretty good trap player with nice sand. I played at a country club a few years ago, Weathersfield Country Club, and the sand was beautiful, and I came out quite well. So, but we don't have that for the most part where I play. So I put my 60 in the closet and I'm not using it. I'm using my gap wedge or this. I'm opening up the 56 and it's working quite well for me. Now, as far as the woods go, somebody asked me about my driver. They said it looks small. Well, it is. It's the Great Big Bertha mini driver. And I'm Mr. Old School. I don't like a big head on a driver. It just drives me crazy. So I hit the ball right in the middle of the club normally, and small head is fine for me. So that's why I use the mini driver. I have it set, interestingly, 14 degrees, and you're going to say, wow, that's quite high. It is. But instead of trying to figure out how to launch the ball, because I have a problem doing that, I let the club do the work. So I went to 14 degrees, and what I lose in distance because of the degrees, I'm gaining in the fact that the club can launch itself, basically, if I hit it correctly. Okay, now as far as the other clubs, I have another Great Big Bertha Heavenwood. I bought this at the Golfers Warehouse, brand new, and it was just one of those clubs that was perfect for me. I didn't have to touch it. I didn't put any length on it. I hit it better than any other club in the bag, and it's just, for some reason, the specs are perfect for me. I was a little nervous when I had to put a new grip on because the grip that came with wore out. I was afraid to mess with the weight of the thing or the balance of the thing, but it's still good, and it's a perfect club. The Great Big Bertha Heavenwood with the regular specs. I haven't touched this. I have another Heavenwood, which is an epic Heavenwood. It's a beautiful club. I put a shorter shaft on it. I'm using it more like a hybrid, even though it's a Heavenwood. And this gets me out of the rough, and it's beautiful when I have a lousy lie in the fairway. I can use this. Or on par threes, long par threes, I can use this. This is set at 22 degrees. So the other Heavenwood is 20 degrees. This is 22. I don't put any kind of hook face or fade face on them. I use them standard. And this is another great club. Love this club. Gets me out of trouble. Okay, I have a Cobra. This is my only hybrid. The Cobra, King Cobra Smart Plate. It's a 23.5 degree hybrid. It's a beautiful little club. I put 2 inches on this shaft. And my clubs, between the pings and this club, my clubs, you feel the weight in the head. That's the way I like it. I like to feel the weight of the head. I don't like clubs too light. They drive me crazy. It's like I got to feel like I'm hitting something, as opposed to people who like really light clubs. I don't. And of course, back in the day when I started, my favorite set was Hague Ultras. And you could really feel the weight in those clubs. And I'm just used to that. So I keep that up. But this Cobra, beautiful club, the greatest invention. That's why I only go up to a 6-iron, because between the hybrid and my Heavenwoods, I don't need anything else. I don't hit the 4 or 5 irons or 3 irons. I do have a 5-wood, a Great Big Bertha 5-wood to go along with that. Let's see. The other club I have here is a putter, which I just got, and I haven't used it yet. I haven't used it yet on the course. It's got a long shaft, 35-inch shaft. And I went to the store and I picked it off the shelf, and bought it used, got a great price. And I was making everything, and plus the way it's sold suits me. The way I set up to my putter, this is right on the ground, the way it's supposed to be. So on the back end, I cannot bend down and get the ball out of the hole, so I have one of these on the end, which is very useful. Otherwise, the people I play with have to get the ball for me. This type is much better than the suction cup type that like screw in on the hole of the butt of your grip and they get mashed in the bottom of the bag. This holds up better, I find. Got these on eBay, I think $350. You can buy them in bulk. I don't know if they're still there. I haven't looked lately, but that's what I got on my putter. So I'm very happy with this set. We're going to see what kind of year I have. A surprising thing happened. For years, I've been using a Velocity, Titleist Velocity golf ball. And it's a very nice ball. I love this ball. I mean, I get extra roll on the drives. We don't play plush courses for the most part. So the fairways are firm. And this ball rolls out, gives you extra yardage off the drive. The only problem with this ball is it's not a rock ball, but it's a harder ball. And you can't stop this ball unless you have an incredible swing speed. I'm in the 70s, so I don't have a great swing speed. But if you do, maybe you can stop it, but I couldn't. But I switched to the Pro V1, and I could stop this ball. And I mean stop it. You know how Jordan Spieth hits those chips and they go bump, bump, and boom. And I used to practice, and I couldn't do that. I said, boy, I think I'm hitting good chips, and I can't. Well, this ball stops. Boom, boom, zip. Now, the second time I used this ball, now that I knew that it could stop, I would throw my wedges right at the hole. And it would boom, boom, boom. And I started saving 3 to 4 shots around because I'm using this ball. That's it. Nothing else. Because now I know I can throw this at the hole and it's going to stop. This is a great ball, but won't stop. Not like this. So think about that. I know they're more expensive. I got these on sale. It's got the word practice on it. So these are only $29.99. These are a little cheaper, maybe $22 for a dozen. But I know balls are expensive. Clubs are expensive. I got basically, there's only 3 clubs here that I bought new. The rest I buy used. And I love them. I love them, absolutely. But the golf equipment is going crazy. Golf is going crazy. Thus the title of my channel. But, and you don't have to use Titleist. That's not what I'm saying here. Don't misunderstand me. This isn't a Titleist ball commercial. Use the top ball of each brand. Use the top Callaway. Use the top TaylorMade. Use the top Srixon. Use, the top of each brand because they're all competing with each other. I'm sure they're comparable. But if you use the top ball of your brand, it's going to stop for you. And I think you're going to be able to save some strokes. Now, maybe they're so expensive that you can't use them every round. Well, use them a couple rounds or use them for tournaments or, I don't know. It's hard. You got to think of economics. I mean, to play golf, for me right now, we're going $60 a round with a cart. You have lunch, grab a snack, you're looking at $80, $85, $95 a round of golf. Tough to play every week, throwing a $100 bill at the golf course, but that's where we are at the moment. But basically, this is what I'm using, and these are the balls that I'm using, and I'm having good luck with them, so I thought I'd pass it along. And that's what this show was about. So, it's in the 30s here. I couldn't go out. I couldn't go to the range or a practice green or a course. We are going to do that. We are going to get into chipping and putting and hitting wedges and short game stuff. It's just that it hasn't warmed up enough. But it will. And when it does, I will be out there. So until next time, I hope where you are it's warm and you're hitting them well. Take care.